Hi everyone, this is Lisa Coalition, and this is my summary of learning for ECNI 831, which will be shared and submitted with you December 2014. I learned a lot in this class this semester, and I wanted to go through a few of the points and different things that I've learned that will really make a difference in my own life, my career, and teaching my students right now and in the future. So the first thing I wanted to show you was one of the word clouds I just made that I believe had a big impact, that includes words that had a big impact on my learning this semester, and that's about our blog. We created a personal blog, which was the first thing that I did this semester. It was a web page to share and communicate with my fellow colleagues and peers in ECNI 831 and to show them my progress throughout the semester. So my blog has been shared with you often throughout the semester, and here it is. Adventures in Technology. It was first called What is a Blog? Because really I really didn't know what a blog was before this class started. I had never done a blog. I've heard about them, but was definitely too scared to give it a try. So I titled it What is a Blog in hopes that I will learn what a blog was, and kind of thought it was catchy at the time and kind of fitting, but now it's called My Adventures in Technology and a blog for my grad class. I learned to create an All About Me page, which shows a picture about myself, who I am, what I like to do, a little bit about my family and such. And I created a contact page for myself so anyone reading my blog could feel free to contact me easily. And I created some categories. So my major project was blogging with my students, which I will talk a little bit about in a minute. Under that category was all the posts that I talked about our adventures in blogging in grade 2. And I created another category called weekly posts. I also added a few widgets, which I had no idea what that was. So on the side, I have recent comments and archives, and I managed finally to connect my Twitter to my blog as well. So I was pretty excited about that. I found a lot of this semester was trial and error, and there was definitely a lot of mistakes, which I learned it's okay. Mistakes are okay. You're going to make them, but that's kind of how you succeed. And I believe change only comes about if we're able to make mistakes and learn from them. So that's kind of what I learned about my own personal blog. And I am happy to say that this blog doesn't end December of 2014. I'm going to continue with this, and it's just a really good way for me to reflect on my learning and what I'm doing in my career and my life too. The second thing that we worked on a lot was Twitter, and I created a Twitter account, had a blast doing it. Like I showed you down here, I have shared it. So if you can check me out at Lisa Coalition, and you can follow me there. The one thing I learned the most about Twitter was it happens so quickly. You don't really know a lot about Twitter, and you have some people following you, and then you tweet something one day that someone else retweets, and it's amazing how fast that can go and how far that can go and how many people will follow you because of that. So I sent out a tweet one day about a reflection I had in Alec's class, and he retweeted it. And I had like at least another 100 retweets from that, and I think I had another 50 people following me just from that one tweet. So Twitter is pretty cool, and I think it's a great way to connect with other colleagues, so I'm going to keep up with that too. Here is my class blog. I created this as my major project for the semester, and my grade 2s were learning to blog together. We spent about a week learning how to log into a computer, and that was challenging for all of us, and especially me, because I thought we were never going to get to actually blog. But needless to say, in the last 2 months, we have blogged. These are all the blog posts from some of my students. We already have 2 pages worth of blogs, which is pretty exciting. And The students are really, really enjoying it. They love blogging. They like trying it out at home. And as you can see on the sides under comments here, the students are commenting on each other's blogs. An exciting part for me was one weekend I was going through the blogs at home to approve them, and my daughter was sitting beside me and wanted to try it out. And so my daughter has started responding to my grade 2 students' blogs at home, which is pretty cool. So she's told her teacher about it. I'm not sure if we changed her teacher's mind about trying it in grade 1, but hey, you never know. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do, is to help other people bring technology into their classrooms and learn about blogging and exciting things with their students. So a few of the other word clouds that I wanted to share with you was the maker movement. I tried the maker movement in my classroom. We did just a really quick, like 2 weeks with cardboard, and we brought in, my classroom was full of cardboard. I have to say the caretaker was very upset with me for 2 weeks, but my students had a blast. They created things that I didn't even know were possible. They just took plain old cardboard and we made vehicles and robots and all these cool creations that were just amazing. So I was so proud of my students for that. So I made a word cloud to kind of show you guys about that one too. Gender equity, I made a word cloud for that one as well. That was a tough week. I felt that was really heavy, and I was very quiet and wasn't sure on how to respond to that one, but I found that it's an awareness, and if we all have that awareness and teach our students to have that awareness and understanding and equality, really, it's digital citizenship and teaching about equality through life, through the internet, through the web, everything. It's just a really important thing for us to be focused on and just more aware of. And back to the internet here. When I started my major digital project, I had actually gone onto Coursera and I registered for a MOOC, which was amazing. I loved the MOOC experience. I found it was a bit heavy for what I wanted at this time because I was also participating in this class. So I needed to just be aware of how much homework I was putting on myself on top of working full time and having young children and such. So I really recommend, if you haven't checked out Coursera or done a MOOC before, definitely try one out. Just register online. You can and do it on your own time. Really, you can learn anything. Like, I'm so excited to check it out once this course is done and find some things that are just really interesting for me, and also things that will help my career as well. So yeah, I've learned so much, and this screencast, for one, I have to say I'm really proud of myself, and I hope that doesn't sound like self-centered or anything, but I'm really proud of how I've taken so many leaps of faith and outside of the box, especially for me, and some were good and some were bad, but I gained so many new ideas, and so many changes have come about in my own life and my students' lives and what I can bring into my classroom. And I really think this course has taught me it's about the process. It's about the process of learning and the process of change and the process of how you show other people about what you've learned. When I talked to my staff about my final assignment and said, I'm really struggling about how I'm going to show everybody what I've learned, one of my staff members said, my gosh, like, you have taught us so much this semester. Why don't you just tell your class about what you've taught us as a staff? Because I've done a few different PD sessions for them and they've really enjoyed it, and brought in some new ideas to their classrooms, which is so exciting. So most of all, it brought about change for myself, but also the future, not just for me, my students and my future students. So for that, I'm super grateful, and I'm very thankful for all of you who have taught me so much this semester. And I hope that we can keep learning together through our blogs and Twitter in the future. Thank you.